Hello, this is Lady Jana. Welcome back to my channel. I got a request from G, a follower of my channel. G had a question about a project that I made a few months ago. The project is the Bear Lovey. This is a crochet project. G is having some issues starting the pattern, how to begin the pattern. So I'm going to give some instructions step by step how to start this. I just wanted to mention that this project I got from Dollarama. It was part, I'll show you, it was part of a making a weekend project like these. Now, these I purchased at Dollarama. I've got two that I'm going to be doing later on this year or within a few months. They don't show up at all Dollaramas, and when they do, they're snatched up right away. These projects cost $4.50 Canadian and the other one was $5. And I checked on Leisure Arts because this is from Leisure Arts right there. And this one is actually $17 if you're interested. But I did purchase these at Dollarama. Just keep on watching and I'll give step-by-step instructions how to start this, how to read the pattern. Very important. Before I begin, I'm going to start by showing you the final project, what it does. So this is the bear that it makes. Pretty cool. This is a really nice project for anybody to make, even beginners. Any project that you start, you need to be able to read the instructions. So this is the instructions. So first thing, let's talk about the material. So yes, you need a crochet hook, the proper size. In the kit, it does come with a crochet hook. It comes with the yarn and it comes with a needle. What I do like to use anytime I do any kind of knitting project or crochet project, I like to use a marker. So this is to mark my rows. These can be bought anywhere they sell yarn. I've never seen these at Dollarama, but I've seen these at Walmart, on Amazon. And also I like to use this. This is a row counter. So as you do the rows, you complete them, you just turn it one step. One. Let's see if I can show this better. One. Then you've got 2, 3. Now, the reason why I use a marker, especially for beginners, it's that it's easier to find where the beginning of the row is. I'll explain to you as we go along. So let's look at the pattern. So the pattern does start here. Pattern really starts here where it says chain 42. So this is what I'm going to do. We're going to go step by step, like I said, and let's do chain 42. I have my yarn. So I'm going to start by a slip knot and count 42 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. So once these are done, I always like to double check and make sure I do have 42. So let's go ahead and count them. I've counted all of my chain and I've got 42 stitches. Perfect. Let's do row number 1. So what does it ask? So we need a single stitch starting from the second chain from hook and then in each of the chain across. And in total, we're going to have 41 stitches. 41 single chain. This is what I sew. So again, it's single stitch starting in the second chain from hook. 41 single stitch across. So let's take a look at this. So this means when I look at my chain, my first stitch on my chain is this one here. This one. This is my first. My second is here, so I have to start with the second. Do a single stitch. So if I hold this correctly, so I calculate 1, and then the second one is this one. See, the second one is this. So I put my hook inside that one. And then I do 41 single stitch. So that's 1, okay, 41, yep. You can start over. So I just made a little tiny snag. So undo the snag and redo your stitch. So this is my 41. This is where what I like to do is I like to mark the last stitch that I just made, because the last stitch that I made will be the first stitch of the next row. So to mark it, I just put my marker in here so I know that this is my first stitch when I turn this work around. So what else does it say on my piece of paper? It says you have to loop a short piece of yarn around any stitch to mark row 1 as the right side. Okay, so what does this mean? This means that when you hold a piece like this, this is the right side, and if you turn it, this is the wrong side. So I don't really mark it. What I do is that this extra piece of yarn is always on the left side. So when this is on the left side, I know that this piece is facing, the piece that is facing me is the right side of the piece. So I don't have to mark it down. So our first row is made. Let's do our second row. So what does our second row say? Row number 2. Row number 2, it says you have to chain 1, and then you have to turn your work, and then do a single stitch, a single crochet in each of the single crochet that you just made. So let's do that. Let me show you. So what you do, okay, let me just bring this up. So it says, first it says chain 1. Okay, so in yellow, this is first thing you do. The second thing you do is you turn your piece. And thirdly, you are going to, let me just grab another, you're going to do single stitches across. So this is what we're going to do together. Okay, if you can see this closely. Chain 1, turn, single stitch, single crochets. So let's grab this. So first thing, chain 1. Oops. First thing, chain 1. So I'm chaining 1 time. There you go. Like so. Now you have a chain of 1. It says to turn. So you're going to turn your piece so that it's this way. Right? So the next thing to do in blue is you have to do single crochet in each of the single crochet across. So what you did before on row 1 was single crochets. Now you're going to do single crochet starting with the first crochet you made, which is the last crochet. So this is why I mark it, so I know, okay, so where I marked it, this will be my first, and then I'll just do 41 of these. So where this is the yellow marker, I put my crochet in, single crochet, then I do single crochets across. I'm not actually showing you how to crochet. I'm showing you how to read the pattern. So if you need more information on what is a single crochet, and there are plenty of information online. If I can think of it, I will leave a link or a PDF link to show you how each stitches are made. I can do that. And also I will place in the description the video that I made a few months ago about this this kit. So I'm almost done. Normally when I do these patterns, I will count in my head. I always count. If I don't count, then I'll have to do a count afterwards to make sure that I did not skip a stitch or I did not make an extra stitch. It's very important. And if you notice, my work does turn. That's normal. It will do that up until there's enough rows done that it stays straight. And also, when you do count, it gives you a good idea which is your last stitch. The last stitch is always the hardest to do here. There we go. So we've made it. So just to be safe, what I'm going to do is I will definitely calculate how many stitches I've made. Okay, just to be on the safe side. So let's do that. 40, 41. I do have 41. Okay. So I remove the marker. Now I will place the marker on the last stitch that I just made, because this last stitch that I made will be my first stitch on the third row. It's a reminder. It's a good way to not to get confused, because you can get confused. Okay, so now that our second row is made, let's look at the third row. What is the third row? Is, again, we'll have to chain 1. Same as before. That doesn't change. Secondly, we will need to turn our work. So again, this is our turn. Now, this is where it could get complicated. How we need to read this. Simple crochet, a double crochet in the first single crochet made. The first single crochet is the last single crochet from the row. That's why we marked it. So in that single crochet, we have to do a single crochet and a double crochet. So this is the first thing we do. We start with this. Once that is done, the next thing is the next step. Is we have to skip the next single crochet. That's it. This step is to skip a single crochet. Then we go to the next line. We start over. We have to do a single crochet and a double crochet in the next single crochet from the last row. And then we repeat from this. So we skip, single crochet, double crochet, skip, single crochet, double crochet, skip. And you repeat this across the line until there's only 2 single crochet left. Once there's 2 single crochet left, what you do is you skip the first single crochet and you put a single crochet in the last single crochet. Okay, this sounds complicated, but it is not. You've got to do it step by step. Let's start this third row. We have is chain 1. So I'm just going to do chain 1. Then I'm going to turn, like it says, turn in my here, turn. Now what does it say? It says to do a single crochet and a double crochet in the first single crochet. So my first single crochet is marked by my marker. This is my first single crochet. So what it says in this single crochet, I have to do a single plus a double. Let's do that. So in this marker, where the marker is, I have to do a single crochet, and then I do at the same exact place here a double crochet. And that's it. Now I'm going to remove my marker because that is, so again, so next step is to skip the next single crochet. So the next single crochet is this one here. So we're going to skip it, and we're going to do a single crochet and then a double crochet in the same. And then we skip this one and we pick up in this one. In this one we do a single followed by a double.
And again, we skip, single, and then a double. Again, we skip, single, and then a double. Repeat, single, and then we skip, single, then a double. Skip, single.
So the pattern repeats. After you understood this pattern, it just repeats. So now I have my single made. I didn't make my double yet, so let's do the double. And then we continue this until the end.
So we just continue this up until the end until I have 2 single left. Skip again, and then single, double, skip, single, double, skip, single, then double, skip, single, then double.
Single, then double. At the same place, right? So let's repeat. So I skip this one, and in this I do a single and a double at the same place. Single, and then a double. Skip single, then a double. Oops. Skip single. Okay, and then I do skip. So I have 2 stitches left. So I do a single, oops, skip, single, then a double. It says you do this across, which we did our pattern, until there's 2 single stitch left. So I have 2. I have 1, I have 2. 1 and 2. So I skip the next single stitch, which is this one, and I do a single stitch in the last one. So in this last single stitch, I do a single stitch. And there is row 3 completed. And again, the last stitch that I just made, which is here, I'm going to mark it so that I know that when I turn this around, this will be the first stitch. So let's read row 4. And I think after you've done row 4, you'll be okay. So row 4 starts here. Now this row 4 will repeat until you have 40 rows. Okay, so it's the same as before. So you've got your chain 1 here. Then you have turn. And then you start. So you start a single stitch, a single crochet, and a double crochet in the first single crochet. Same thing as before. And then you skip next double crochet. You skip it. And then you continue your pattern. You're going to do a single crochet, a double crochet in the next single crochet. And then you repeat the pattern. When it says to repeat the pattern, you repeat it starting from the star. So after you've done your single crochet, double crochet in the single crochet, you skip, and then you do a single crochet, double crochet, skip, single crochet, double crochet, skip. First thing we do is our chain, turn, turn, and then this last single crochet that I made where it is marked, this is where I start my pattern. My pattern is single crochet, double crochet in this single crochet. So what you can do, since now I know where my single crochet is, I could remove the marker. This is just to remind me where my last crochet was made, because it can be a little daunting having it there. So let's do our, okay, let me just remove it. We know it's there. Okay. We know exactly where it is, and it's there. So single crochet, and then double crochet. Now it says then you have to skip the next double crochet. So this here is my double crochet. So I skip that one and I pick up the single crochet. And in the single crochet, I do a single crochet, then a double crochet. I skip the double crochet made before, and then I go into the single crochet to make a single crochet, then a double crochet. Again, I skip this double crochet, and then I go to the single crochet. And I do a single crochet, followed by a double crochet. So you do this up until the end, where you skip the double crochet like before, and then you just do a single crochet in the last stitch. So basically, this is how the pattern was formed. I'll show you here. Exact same thing, exact same pattern. This is how the pattern was formed. So you just continue for 40 rows. And I hope that this has helped you out. If ever you do have any other questions, give it a try. But if you do have any other questions, do not hesitate. Leave me a comment in the comment section, and I will answer the best that I can. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and have yourself a good day. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.